Elves. We've frequently said on this channel that Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elves are the two best cards you should be playing in this format, I think. I think they're very, very powerful. Playing 2 lands in the first turn gets you ahead of curve against a lot of people. That being said, the actual elf tribal archetype is one that's felt a little bit tough in this format so far. Previous iterations that we've tried felt like they had a really hard time being aggressive enough to close games out before other people picked it apart or whatnot. One card this deck is trying that I think seems really reasonable is Wildborn Preserver. So this card basically turns every elf that you drop into play after it into a giant pump spell for this. And this Wildborn Preserver is actually a really good payoff for this Nykthos Shrine decks that we have hiding in the mana base to pump lots of mana into the Preserver. So let's go ahead and dive on into a Pioneer League with this one and see how it goes. Oh, am I out of tickets? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm out of tickets and play points, chat. All right, well, get to enjoy the business side of Magic Online here really quick. I have 57 treasure chests. Hey, CC, thank you for the 4 months. I don't have to give them more money, but I do have to add my treasure chests to a binder and then find a bot and sell them to the bot. Normally, I'm more on the ball with this and making sure I don't have to do this on stream, but... Oh, and then look, the bot I tried to trade had someone else open up a trade with it in the meantime. God bless MTGO traders and services like them. This application would be completely unplayable, completely unusable without bot chains. All right, what are my Justies worth? Justies are currently worth 2.18. So I was holding them to try and get more, but we need tickets to play. So we'll get 125 tickets. I got through all of 2019 without spending money on MTGO tickets. I bet I'm going to have to buy Moto tickets this year. Probably going to have to dump a couple $100 in again. So this was enough to pay for 10 leagues, and then some of those leagues will pay for more leagues, but some of them will be spews. So we'll see. Shadow Legends is a good time waster. The upside is once you get to the point where you're grinding for experience and stuff, you're playing through levels on autos. You can just have it kind of sitting idly next to you while you're actually functional and do other things. So there's parts of it the PvP and the harder dungeons where you're actively playing, but there's good chunks of it where you're just spending your energy to grind up food. I'm 14 wins for 16 matches at my LGS on the Soulflare build around I requested. It's so much better than any other Soulflare list I've seen. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Maven, and thank you for the absurdly generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate the 10 months. Stiggy, I'll be happy to get that added to the queue today at the end of the day. Thanks for the biddies. Severil, thanks for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. I'm sure we're going to talk about it a few times today, but I want to talk about it to kick the day off just because I think it's so patently absurd and just peak Wizards of the Coast. Did people see the thing I tweeted this morning about the MPL rules for 2020? Apparently, MPL players aren't allowed to tweet things that could or post on social media. I don't know. Let's get the exact quote. What's the exact quote? The exact quote is, using social media as a means to incite negative public opinion against the MPL, sponsors, staff, or affiliated companies is against the rules. And like, the details say that even if you do that unintentionally, they'll still forfeit you. It's the yeah, it is kind of the Hoagland clause, isn't it? It's the liability clause. Just like people often tell me that I'm paranoid, and like, I'm definitely paranoid, but like, I'm also right. Like, whenever people would tell me Wizards of the Coast is great and works with people who are critical of them, I'm like, yeah, sure, that's what you think. It's nice to have in print that I'm not just wrong. Yeah, like, Daniel Fournier, I'm probably mispronouncing his last name, he tweeted something about it, and I just assumed that he was exaggerating and paraphrasing incorrectly, and then I went and looked at what the actual text was, and he wasn't exaggerating. I'm flabbergasted. It's just like, I don't... Is their last card Galta? If their last card's Galta, they might not attack here. Well, they're just not attacking with this because they want to give haste, sure. Now, our opponent is also playing a Llanowar Elves deck, but I think their deck is arguably the best deck in this format. If you ask me to pick a current best deck in Pioneer, it's probably this one. This or one of the ramp variations. Alright, I think I'm just playing a Steel Leaf Champion again here. I think we're just like trading 5 power idiots. Correct, Moonlight. That is correct. So, I'm going to play another one of these. Well, if they had Galta, they probably wouldn't have attacked with this. What do you think of the Splash Black variation? Yeah, I think that build's fine too. I consider those the same archetype, Draven. Like, obviously, some of the details are different there, but functionally, those are the same thing, I think. You know, I think I have enough resources in my hand that I'm actually just going to take it slow here. You know, not only that too, but a lot of the black splashes play Scrap Heap Scrounger, which seems very good. So we'll end step Wildborn Preserver, and then we can untap, play Visionary, and make this huge. Speaking of things that are huge, they did have Galta, so that's why they paused on this attack. It's intent, and like, so here's the thing about that clause too. Like, even if you want to make the argument that that clause was made in good faith and they're not going to abuse it, that clause, the details surrounding that clause are vague enough that if I was a part of the MPL, I would be scared to post anything that I think might not even violate it, because the penalty for violating it is huge, right? I don't know, but there will be people that advocate for the devil, so to speak. That might be a draw that can get us out of this. We'll see. They have the Hepshed Oasis here, so like, this is crunching for 15, and I'm through 3 Steel Leaf Champions already. Great Henge is also very good. Oh, they made that a 5/5. I guess that gives them 2 lethal threats. But that actually seems better for us. So like, if I hit like a Lord and a second Steel Leaf champion here, we're in a good spot. Alright, so what if I do this and this? Hey, Knight, thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think I know on all of these, and I think my plan is to chump their 5/5, and then I can trade with Galta. And then, like, we're not in a good spot, but, like, we're not dead, right? Because this is 8, 12. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to 1 here. So, my Llanowar Wastes are off. Hey, that's a great draw. Now, the problem here is... Yeah, they definitely should have Oasis Galta. The problem here is they have Great Henge, so like any creature is going to snowball from here. We're pretty unlikely to beat this. Yeah, Henge is going to bury us. So like, we're on the like not dead yet part, but we are probably losing this game. Yeah, we need to, like, our best draws are, like, more collected companies so we can start pushing forward. Huh? I think I do this and hope to draw another 1 or 2 mana elf and then Clancaller next turn and start attacking. Hey, look, another basic waste. This card even has wastes in its name. Dama, thank you for the quarter of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, this was the draw we wanted off of this. Okay, just gotta start closing here. They're only gonna brick for so long. Once they find the first creature, my window to attack closes very quickly, and like their first creature likely finds them more creatures. We need like 2 to 3 more bricks out of them, which is pretty unlikely. Hey, well, thanks for being here, helping me keep and make stuff, Dama. Good to have you. I think Goatleaf Palace Lands would be a good addition to Pioneer. I think they'd be a whatever addition. I don't think they'd meaningfully change the format. I think dinosaurs might be bigger than elves, chat. I think there's a chance. All the way from China, land of the coronavirus. If I survive the more months to come, can I put my sub towards Black-White Afterlife? I don't rearrange the schedule once it's posted except for larger donations. And also as a heads up, only tier 2 and tier 3 subs get to bump things. Full details on the deck queue system is found on my website there. So I assume they're just attacking with Galta this turn. No problem, Monkey. I appreciate the support though. Yeah, we're dead. If they like play defense and like we could peel like a company into like double Shaman and like maybe get them, but all right, this is an easy ultimate price matchup. I think Visionary is probably just the filler. Seems pretty clean. Do you want Brontodon for their henge? It isn't really a good blocker, Draven. Like, it blocks exactly the 2/2. Everything else in their deck just goes right over it. I think Archdruid would be an excellent addition to this archetype. If you asked me to pick one card to print into Pioneer from Modern to make this archetype much better, I would definitely pick Archdruid. That would be the one I would ask for. Yeah, not being able to company into lords, like only having one lord. The thing that really put this deck up and beyond in Modern was the addition of Clancaller. So like having a second lord, the thing that made this deck playable before Modern Horizons and Modern was getting a second lord to collect a company into, and we don't have that in this format currently. Even Elvish Champion might be fine. That's a good draw. Just feels Pioneer, man. Turn 2, 6 mana dorks in play. Turn 3, 6 mana dorks in play. I don't think there's any land walk in this format, right? I don't think so. If they have 2 3 mana 5 power things, we could be in a bad spot here. Imperious Perfect is not Pioneer legal. Okay, well, since they elected to do that, I get to kill this and then attack them for a bunch. Guess they just weren't expecting removal spells out of me. And then we just, like, hope to draw Shaman of the Pack to kill them next turn. Sounds good, Feka. Yeah, like, Henge just, like, gains them a bunch of life now. And I feel like the game just slips away from us here at this point, right? Like, they have Henge. Any creature they draw is good. They're gaining 2 life per turn. So, like, my window to push the last few points of damage through closes very quickly. Yeah, we need Shaman or a company for Shaman. And honestly, I feel like the big question with playing this elf deck is it meaningfully better in any matchups than the deck our current opponent is playing? And I'm not sure the answer to that question is yes. We're going to play some games and think on that while we play, but I feel like that's the big question to answer from a competitive perspective. Like, is there any place where what our deck is doing is meaningfully better than the green stomping deck? We're also going to be dead very quickly to Ruinous, pumping a Lovestruck Beast. Hey! They're actually not dead though, right? This is only 6. It actually just isn't even lethal. How are you more resilient to Verdict, Ohio? Can you explain? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers. They have 5 blockers, so I just can't even attack. Like, I can attack and trade off elves, but it doesn't even do anything. In fact, it's bad for us should we draw another Shaman in the pack. I actually have to block here a little bit, right? Because they have... This is sorcery speed at least, but they could pay 3 to pump 2. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So they can pump for 6 here. So they're actually attacking for 8, 14. So I need to block with 4 toughness. So if I block like this, I'm not dead, right? Because this is 8 plus 6 is 14. And then I have 11 plus 2. Yeah, so I'll block and kill Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, sure, but like the green deck can play Golgari Charm. Like a lot of the iterations of this Stompy deck are green-black at this point. Oh gosh, chat. Regarding the MPL thing, people have always talked about needing a liability emote. I bet my graphics guy we could come up with a $500 fine emote. That could definitely be used as the liability emote, I think. That could definitely be it. So they published the full details for the MPL in 2020, and one of the clauses in the MPL contract is that, but just I don't want to misquote it ever, so I'm just gonna keep the tweet up so I can read the quote. There is a $500 fine if you unintentionally use social media to incite a negative public opinion against the MPL, its sponsors, staff, or affiliated company. And if you do that intentionally as opposed to unintentionally, you are removed from the MPL. Yeah, we should make that a command. We're just dead, right? Yeah. Sorry, yeah, that's a good quote. They rescind, if it's intentional, they remove your invite to an event. Sure, yeah, that's a good detail. You're right, that is what it says. It's not removal from the MPL, it's removal from an event. Forfeiture to an invitation to a future MPL event. Thank you for the correction. I hope no one accidentally slanders WotC by saying something disappointed them. Yeah, I agree. And again, like, the biggest... Okay, so here, I think I bottomed the Preserver because this is better against spot removal, potentially, to start. Preserver's a card I want later. While it's harsh, those restrictions aren't much different than what happens in the NFL. Sure. Sure. Other people doing crappy things doesn't mean this isn't crappy, though. So, Mana Symbol, the way the MPL and the Rivals Leagues work, the way they pay those players is they pay them in appearance fees. So they can't actually dodge the forfeiture of prizes because if they show up to the event, they're guaranteed prizes. So unlike last year where they paid them salaries, this year they're paying them based on appearance fees. A D Thrash, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. And look, I'm not saying that these rules are unreasonable. I'm not saying that they're outside the norm. I am, however, just saying, as someone who's been told by folks on a number of occasions that WotC works with people who are critical of them, and I'm just paranoid. Yes, I am paranoid, but I'm also right. Like all those other things can be true. It's just, you know, that's the important part. To me at least. All right, who's ready to settle down? So this is awkward. If I lead on Shaman, Absorb lets them live. If I attack, I think I'm just supposed to attack because if I get settled, I can rebuild. Hey, Jin. The plague. I'm paranoid, but also right. Sounds like the catchphrase for the 21st century. Yep. Okay, sweet. All right, they cycle the sensor, so hopefully they don't have another one here. Pretty sure we just go for lethal. Brats. Syncopate. Looks like Syncopate. It is D-Thrash. We can definitely get it bumped up. Coworker's 3-year-old was sick. He got sick. Got me sick. Ain't that the truth? Alright, so this is an attack with everything. If they have just and Azorius Charm, they're dead again. They're looking for, like, Settle here, I guess. Kind of surprised they didn't do this on their turn if they don't already have Settle. Because, like, I feel like they should have cycled this on their turn to try and find Supreme Verdict. They probably have more Verdicts than Settles, I'd imagine. Alright, so it's definitely a Golgari Charm matchup. Probably a Thoughtseize matchup. What do I want to cut here? Huh? Need 5 cuts. I'm gonna cut a land on the draw because I'm greedy. Is it crazy to cut? Is it crazy to cut Clancaller? I don't know. You like cutting Visionary? I like that Visionary's filler. I like that it replaces itself. The Inverter deck is Splinter Twin that doesn't care about your removal spells. and also gets to play Thoughtseize without splashing for it. The inverter deck is very good. I think I mulligan this with 2 black cards and no black mana and no Llanowar Elves. This hand's much better. Hey, Charles, thanks for the tip. We're going to keep this. I'm going to bottom the backup elf. Keep the white bordered one because we're classy. For red-black Titan, sounds good. Hey, Stacko, thanks for the biddies. Noted, we'll get that at the end of the day. Removal spells work in very specific niche cases, that is correct. Glimmer and a bunch of Azorius Charms. Alright, so we'll take the Syncopate. And we'll play the creature that leaves a friend behind when it gets Azorius Charmed. Half the field. I thought, do you have actual metrics? I would like real stats and not off the cuff staffs. I think I just attack for 3 here and then play Steel Leaf Champion. Caster said it was 12%. Sure. Yeah, 12%, I believe. Someone in the subs Discord said it was 12% and that mono black was like 13%. Is this Thoughtseize card good, chat? Is this card good? Do I put lethal in play? The problem here is they're going to cast Glimmer this turn. And, like, Glimmer gets them 4 looks, and then they have another look. So they have, like, 5 looks at a sweeper. The question is, can I beat a sweeper anyways? I don't think the answer to that question is yes. But in bottom 2 cards there. Bodes well for our hero. Less well. Alright, so now we're just hoping for Collecting Company. Yeah, it came through, Charles. As a heads up for people, I feel like I should say it just because I've been live the last couple weekends. This is my last day live until Monday. I'm taking tomorrow and Sunday off. Yes. Yeah, not only are there as many standard decks waiting to be played as Pioneer right now, but I've also been playing a lot more standard than Pioneer. So, like, not only are we taking in a lot, but, like, we're also taking them in at a rate faster than I can play them too. Which is good. Good standard formats are great. Good standard formats are some of the best Magic around. I do plan to work next weekend, though. Next weekend, I have to take a couple of mornings off next week, so we'll see. All right, fine. We're on the plate for the next one. Yep. Yeah, Jake's Cub Scout pack has an event on Saturday afternoon / evening, so we're all gonna go do that, and I'm just gonna take Sunday to chill. I am skeptical that this deck is better than Green Scompy Billy Zane. It might still be playable. Alright, this hand's great, right? We bought him Clancaller, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we need running lands here, right? Alright, so Censor will be annoying at some point, but definitely got to take the verdict there. Trawler is so good. Yeah, the Soul Flare deck's great. If there's a link to full breakdown from the event, feel free to link it in chat, please. It's a sweet draw to play around the Censor here. Over Golgari Charm. Heroic Intervention and Golgari Charm do very similar things, but Golgari Charm can also kill enchantments. I like how it wasn't sorted by. It wasn't sorted by top down by default. Wow, there's actually a lot. There's a lot less green than I was expecting. That's really surprising to me. Maybe I'm wrong. And elves aren't actually that good. Maybe they're just worse than Thoughtseize Fatal Push. I think I bought him that. Yeah, sure, Ohio, but like, bad decks win tournaments all the time. Bad decks top 8 tournaments all the time. Hey, Rainfall Review, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Rough, Rainfall. Oh, that's for what it is worth. I thought that said FYI. You definitely said for what it is worth. Noted. Have we played Spirits of Pioneer? I don't think so. And like Dream Trawlers coming down next turn. Well, the good news is Steel Leaf Champion can attack through this at least. So hoping to draw an untapped land here. To set a low bar, Spirits and Pioneer is better than Spirits and Modern. Alright. Double Shaman, let's go. Feels magic, man. Feels magic, man. To be fair, post-board here, I only have 30 creatures with Thoughtseize and Friends in, but like, yeah. Like, we hit 5 lands. Jeff and Coco whiffing, name a more iconic duo. I will have you know that the only Star City Games Open I ever registered collected company in, I top 32'd, missing top 16 on tiebreakers. Oh, look, they're just gonna attack and gain 7. That's no big deal. Just gonna attack and gain 7. Oh, sorry, gain 8. I don't want to misrepresent their position. The old 16-point life swing. No big, no big. Woof. It's been a rough morning, chat. It's been a rough morning. Poor little green people. Yeah, that MTG bot quote was back from before donation decks were a thing, I'm pretty sure. I think the plan is try and win before it happens, Macabre. You can't reasonably. We have Thoughtseize at least. Am I supposed to keep this hand? This is the other thing about this archetype that like feels kind of lackluster in this format. Like, am I supposed to just mulligan 7s that don't have one of our 8 accelerants in them? I almost feel like I am. Hey, dear Hulk, let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for the entire year of support. I think especially on the draw, I just like need an accelerant on one. Only having 8 good 1-drops is so rough. I think the plan here is bottom Shaman, so I can go Elf into Elite Elf into Clancaller attack. Perfect. Okay, looks like Ballista combo. I actually really like this build. If they're playing the Beneficial Marshall Collected Company bolster build, I think this build is really sweet of Heliod Ballista combo. We lost to it the other day when we were playing Sultai Reclamation. Yeah, it seems real good. Yeah, being able to Coco into the combo is absurd. We could be dead next turn. We could get turn forward. Yeah, Coco is Collected Company. That's correct. Hey, thanks for the 17 months, Twin Dwynen. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, Bugle Boy. Finds them a lot of good stuff, too. So next turn, we go Lord, Shaman, Smash. I think. At least with these two. We'll see. We'll see. If they put another White Devotion to play here, like if they have a 3-bit Inspector, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. We've not played the opponent's archetype, no. I actually need to... I think I'm going to be slowing the Pioneer queue again. We've got, like, 20-ish Pioneer decks in the queue right now. And, like, Pioneer decks are, like, waiting till they get about 70 points to be played currently, which is the long wait. So probably need to pump the brakes on that. No, Cinnabar. So state-based actions kill a 0/0 ballista. You have to have Beneficial Marshal to give it +1/+1. So Beneficial Marshal lets you Collected Company into Walking Ballista. Oh yeah, we're just dead, right? Yeah, because they play this. It gets a 1/1 counter from this and this. They lifelink it, we die. Yeah. Yeah. And again, like, this is a matchup where, like, their Walking Ballista just, like, eats a lot of our board alive, right? I think I'm supposed to cut Clancallers here because it just dies to their... It's a 2-drop that doesn't replace itself that dies to their Ballistas. You want to board in Stain the Mind? You think Stain the Mind is better than Thoughtseize? Like, the problem here, Ohio, is I can't beat their board most of the time. I think part of it, Fox, was the fact that a lot of people started submitting standard stuff. So some of the people that were previously pumping a lot of Pioneer stuff in switched over to other formats. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Stain the Mind is wrong against their deck that plays to the board. Ooh, I don't hate Thrashy B. Yeah, I like Thrashy B. Visionary kind of sucks. I think this is a good suggestion. This attacks and blocks okay. Well, Pioneer submissions have been 25 for the last few weeks, I believe, Squid Squad, but I'm going to be putting it back up to 50 for a little while. At this current point in time, with me wanting to make sure I do plenty of standard as well, I think I just have to mulligan for a Llanowar Elf. I'm like, do I keep this hand because it has a Llanowar Elf? I think the answer is yes. I think I'm going to be putting them back up to 50 for the minimums. That way I can work through it. I really don't like it when people have to wait more than 3 weeks to see their deck played. I think that's not ideal. It's a bad customer experience. And right now, Pioneer decks are taking about 70 points before they get to the top of the queue, which means a minimum donation is waiting like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Yep. Well, I mean, the good news is we can pump up Thorn Lieutenant fairly quickly. The Players Tour meta is wacky. Yeah, there's less green than I was expecting, but I guess I shouldn't be too surprised about the volume of Thoughtseizes either. Like, Thoughtseize is a real busted card. I guess I'm really not surprised that the first combo deck that gets to be in black is very good. Mono black's not surprising. I think mono black's one of the best decks in the format. Hey, chat. Remember when there were idiots that said banning Smuggler's Copter killed Mono Black? Pepperidge Farm remembers. And like, I just like never beat this Heliod, right? Like, it's not even about the combo. I just like can't beat Heliod. Yeah, the Players Tour going on right now is Pioneer. Both the ones this weekend and next weekend are Pioneer. Yeah, I do have a raid Hoaglandia clan, but apparently clans have a hard cap at 30 players, which is real stupid. Didn't realize that, so like filled up real quick. There's a raid channel that I made in the subs Discord too that folks have been chatting in. Well, I'm like, even getting running shamans has a really small window, right? Because like they get to start attacking with lifelink creatures relatively quickly too. Yeah, right? I don't think that's a good change, Gold Dead Ringer. I think the mana's not very good, and I don't think Staggering Insight adds anything of value to that deck. Like, maybe Lifelink's okay, but like you really don't need extra card draw. It's one of those things where it's like, rather than asking if we can, we should ask if we should. And I think the answer is it doesn't really do much. I do think the green-white enchantments deck is very good, though. Added that one up to my website yesterday. Yeah, I agree, Maven. I agree. This build is definitely the best ballista combo build I've seen played so far. Sorry about that. You look to be subbed, Kid Joey. I don't think a notification popped up. Sometimes you have to refresh to send that, but thanks for the resub at any rate. And I'm done. Let's try one more, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna give this one more shake, but I feel like this is feeling very similar to last time we played Elves. Like, your hands that don't have turn 1 accelerant don't feel playable. Even when you have the turn 1 elf, everything else you're doing around it isn't necessarily stellar. You're good? Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah, if we had 12 accelerants, or like a heritage druid, or maybe a second lord, like, yeah, we played that one last time and it's just not very good, Maven. Like, the fact that it can't accelerate you to collected company is a big deal. And like, the fact that not having a second lord to get's a big deal too. Like I said earlier, the big thing that put this archetype over the top in Modern before Horizons got printed was the addition of a second lord that you could collected company into, and not having an Archdruid or a Clan Caller, or an Archdruid or an Elvish champion to get alongside Clan Caller. No, Metallic Mimic's not good enough, because the Lord needs to come into play and pump up your creatures that are already in play. A very typical play pattern is you play your elves out, and then once you're wide, you play your Lord and attack with a big attack, and that doesn't happen here. No Azuri either is also a big deal. That's another card that made Modern Elves very playable. Give you very pseudo combo style draw, especially when paired with Archdruid. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick ad roll while I get my setup flipped over to the other platform. When we get back, we are gonna kick off a long standard day starting with some Jeskai Fires. Yeah, definitely, Gold Dead. Definitely. Noted. I'll get that added after we're done today. All right, back in a few.